Welcome back trainers to another content, this time for more Great League action. Today everyone, we're gonna check out a team that really helped me rise in Go Battle League with a lot of great leads along the way. Do not worry though, we're also gonna have some pretty bad ones so that you can understand better the team composition, what you should be afraid of, and of course how to manipulate your opponents even when you're facing the worst possible matchups. So over here now we're having Poliwrath on the switch, but unfortunately for us we cannot switch out yet. First we need to land the Disarming Voice and then try to snipe them down with our Vigoroth. Now that we know Whimsicott is returning into the game, I guess that Body Slam is all that we can throw, and at this point even when we are debuffed, Whimsicott is so glassy that they cannot handle the hits that well. Anyways, we force them to go for the Moonblast and to finish us off, and in the process we meet up with a Shadow Typhlosion. This Pokemon is always pretty scary, especially when we need the Shadow Ball to one-shot them down, while they need only a few Incinerates and perhaps one Thunder Punch. So you can already tell how good and how much of a troublemaker this Pokemon can be. So let's see how we manipulate our opponent here to fall into our trap. Umbreon now can easily join the party, go for the foul play, try to finish them off, and we are left only with 1 HP in the process, which is a big deal here since now we can easily farm down without spending any sweat at all. Just one seal to completely farm down with Incinerate. And to the next battle now everyone, with the Skeletons up in front against the Skarmory, and obviously this is another great lead for us. However, on the switch we're meeting up with the Shadow Swampy. This Pokemon can be extremely spammy against the entire meta of Great League with a lot of great coverage, and since we do not have a grass type, I decide to go ahead and showcase my Umbreon into this battle. So whatever they throw here can easily be taken, while we can still reach to another foul play for some decent damage on the end. Now that they are already on the red, we managed to pull off their final energy points, which is pretty great for my Vigoroth. I know here that another Hydro Cannon must be coming off that Pokemon, and we need to rely a lot on Skeletons if we want to have any chance at all. I also realize here that Skeletons might actually be my win condition since Swampert is out of the way, but to my bad fortune they also have another Mud Boy, which is kind of a big bummer, but still we might have the upper hand because of that crazy shield scenario. Now on the shield we're gonna block the Mud Bomb while we still have the Shadow Ball ready to go. At this point I want to spend all of my shields for that Whiskas. This Pokemon has to go, and since this is not a CMP, I can go for one extra Incinerate, finish them off with a Shadow Ball, and still guarantee the knockout on the Skarmory with our Shadow Ball. That battle was extremely close because Skarmory was getting closer and closer to the next Sky Attack, and that could have been much scarier than it already was. Anyways, into the next battle now, as we are facing one of the worst leads that you can with this team, because we do not have a decent answer to that Bastiodon. And you might be wondering, Ganeto, you have a fighter on the face of Vigoroth, but yes, again, no Bulldoze here and no Brick Break, so we're just gonna throw resisted charge attacks on that wall face, and that's kind of a big bummer. Anyways, in the process we face this Wigglytuff. They have already spent both of them shields. They want to maintain that very good lead towards their favor, and I'm just gonna switch out immediately to Umbreon. Let's see how they want to respond, because Bastiodon is definitely coming back, but also as soon as they see my Umbreon they also leave this battle, which is kinda weird but still kinda understandable if they had something like a Trevenant at the end or something like a Sableye. Because they were shieldless, this battle would have taken a while to be unfolded, and also we had 2 shields in the process. That was an amazing victory for our team. Now against this Mandibuzz we managed to start getting some shields out of the way, and I decided to let that move go through, and before we go down we still have access to one final Rock Slide. In the start of today's content you saw that I have some pretty good IVs on my shiny Vigoroth back from its community day, and that's mainly because I was really hunting for it. And with these decent IVs, I decided to have the maximum amount of good matchups throughout the entire meta of Great League, and perhaps the special caps, because that slight attack that I have is kinda energy efficient and attack weighted on my Vigoroth, so that I can manipulate even the mirror matches while I have the maximum amount of defense that I need. Anyways, enough about this monologue that I have just had, and now let's return to the commentary as we're finishing off this poor Vigoroth. Now Chargeback returns into the battle, and we also managed to catch the discharge on our Umbreon. I was so sure they were gonna throw anyway, so we're having the upper hand here on whatever they do now, because even the X-Scissor, which might hurt us, it will not hurt us that much, so we can always rely on the double foul play to guarantee the knockout over this Chargeback. This is an amazing battle, and it showcases how good this team can be, especially when you get a positive lead up in front. Into the next battle, and speaking of positive leads, this is a very bad one, so we need to switch out after we spent one Incinerate for some extra energy. And now by revealing our Vigoroth, we might actually drop them to a significantly low point with a Rock Slide, because this is just another Aerial Ace which we can survive, and I'm going for the overfarm here because I'm pretty safe before they reach to another move, and also I'm expecting the switch at some point. This might have been a mistake by my end, because they obviously wouldn't block the next Rock Slide of mine, so I just let my Vigoroth go down, and yeah, that Mountain is still alive and well. At that point I was thinking that perhaps we have already dropped it at the Shadow Ball range, so it all depends on their third Pokemon as it seems, because now Whiskas might be out of the picture, and we can absolutely handle this Mustache Pokemon with our Umbreon. So here comes now Skull to drop us kinda low and also apply the debuff on our end, but I guess that after this foul play we can easily farm down and get out of here with a decent amount of energy as well. My switch is already up, I want to clear the debuff as soon as possible, and now they have at the very end a Bastiodon. This Pokemon is always scary for my Skeledrids, and the Coquelin Pokemon is gonna reach yet to another Shadow Ball, this time to seal the deal over that Bastiodon, or at least I was hoping for it. Anyways, now Umbreon returns, but we're already too low, and even though we have 2 seconds remaining, we still stand no chance on their fast attack, so I decided to let my Umbreon go down and end my misery kinda earlier than I was hoping for. Into the next battle now with that Annihilate up in front. Of course we're gonna reach to those disarming voices, and this is all we can do, nothing else over here. Perhaps Incinerate damage might drop them significantly low if they block once again my disarming voice over here. So as it seems, I go for the double block first on the Shadow Ball this time. That was an amazing block, and I decided to get here on the nice just in case they survive, but this is not the case at all. Anyways, now just gonna charge up back to the disarming voice and then switch out on my Vigoroth. Vigoroth now is gonna reach to those Rock Slides for the flyer, and with the combination of the counters we managed to do even more damage on their end. Down goes now this Skarmory, or at least it was about to go down, and after they drop us to no HP with the Brave Bird, we can easily farm some extra with our Skeledrids. So now with only Lickitung remaining, I feel very comfortable here because they might have 1 shield versus us having 0, but still they're kinda hurt, and also we resist pretty much whatever they throw on our Pokemon. Not only that, but also a healthy Umbreon is remaining at the very end, and as soon as I reveal it, my opponent is just gonna back out, and that is gonna be a fantastic victory for our team. Typhlosion now into the next battle, and this is kinda of a big troublemaker for us, so I decided decide to switch out on my Vigoroth because I know this is a Thunder Punch and I'd rather take the Thunder Punch on Vigoroth rather than risk it for the Blast Burn. So at this point we bait out of their backline something like a Chestnut, which is not a great deal for my Skeledirge but could have been much worse for my Umbreon. So this is why you need to play with this team accordingly by switching out aggressively to your Vigoroth and do your part over there. Now we're just gonna survive the move, able to completely farm down with the Incinerate damage, and now we have access to Shadow Ball for their lead Pokemon. However, no lead Pokemon will come into the battle, but instead of Typhlosion we're gonna see Goodra, and we still managed to get a shield out of them in the process. So overall here I'm just gonna go ahead and shield whatever they throw. I do not want to get Blast Burned yet, and before they reach to another Blast Burn I have access here to my Foul Play to finish off their final shield. So they're getting super low at this point. What I want to do though is to remain into the battle with my Umbreon, finish them down and rely completely on my Umbreon to do at least one more Foul Play of worth of damage on their end. This is gonna be just a Power Whip or the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail, okay. So no biggie here, no Thunder Punch as well. So what we need to do is to get to the Foul Play, switch out aggressively on the Clown, and of course over here now with that disarming voice we disarm this Pokemon out of existence. Into the next one now with the Skarmory up in front. This is a great and fantastic lead for us, followed up by a Dragonair. So what we need to do here is to go ahead and throw the disarming voice and then switch out, but for some reason I decided to bring my Umbreon in first. That was an easy shield grab for us, but anyways it is what it is, and as always we need to adapt on the situation and on this scenario. So now with the Body Slam able to be not resisted but still not do a lot of damage on my bulky 4-legged Eevee evolution, we're just gonna destroy them down with our spammy moveset. Now Skarmory returns into the game, and unfortunately for us over here they can farm a ton of energy. So now Foul Play on that Skarmory and we finally go down. Skeledirge has access now to Incinerate, and after we block here we might be on the best scenario ever because we have so much energy to spare, and at this point they reveal that they also have a Guzzlord. So my disarming voices now can be on the optimal part of sweeping. So first though I need to reveal my Vigoroth into this battle. Not gonna block anything that they're gonna throw, just gonna rely completely on this individual matchup, and of course we can do so much damage before we go down with another Body Slam. Let's see though how low we can put them at a point that we can also complete the farm down, which is absolutely awesome, and they top left once again. That's gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching, for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and over here I have 2 more videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will catch you all up later into the next one.